Hello everybody, what a pleasure it is to welcome you all to this exciting new addition to our Hale21 connections that we've enjoyed. I want to welcome Caversham Primary School, who I worked with early last term in term 2, and of course East Manjimup Primary School and Rosalie Primary School students who I've been working with this term, and our two special guests, Ben and Kate Wilson, who are currently in The Hague in Holland. Our project is an online collaborative, which is interesting. So we're going to be working together, but we're in very, very different locations. Engineering project. And so engineering is an interesting term that in 2014 has so many different roles that people are engineers. The other interesting tagline that I've got on that title page here is from the bare bones of science. And I guess that's what I think engineering is founded upon. And I have to say, it's not that I think that. Herbert Hoover is a man who was President of the United States. He actually did some work here in Kalgoorlie for a period of time as a mining engineer. And in the 1920s, he made a statement that we're going to explore quite deeply. This project, of course, you have secure login access to the Microsoft 365 site, where you will find your OneNote folders. And that's where you're going to be producing your work. This project, our engineering collaborative project, has three components. The first of which is to consider the statements made about engineering and some other professions by Herbert Hoover. Explore what he meant by those, and are they valid in 2014? You're going to need to find some members of your family or members of your local community that might be doctors or nurses or engineers, of course, lawyers or soldiers, who might be able to give some response to that. The second part of our project is for you to do some research on some famous engineers. And I've provided some for you, but you can find any engineer to do some research. And I'm really keen on seeing you presenting that very dramatically in multimedia. I'd love you to see presenting your research as a video, for example. And third component of this is a bit competitive in that we're going to have a series of construction tasks that you can choose from, and you'll provide all that information for me on the OneNote page. Looking at just over 2 weeks for this project, your teachers will help you. We'll talk a lot in our Adobe Connect virtual classroom, and I will be online constantly for you to ask me questions. You also have email access to me as well. The big picture about this assignment is that engineers are critically important. Our world celebrates engineers, as they should, but also our society relies on everybody contributing. And I think that's where we might end up, but I think we should also end up with quite a bit of enjoyable footage of you and your constructions and models, and we'll ultimately have to consider who's got the strongest, the tallest, and the most secure constructions that you've been able to build. They're pretty enjoyable. Fantastic to have you on board, and let's get started. I want you to watch through this presentation now and just pick up the threads of what engineering is, the scope of engineering, the comments by Hoover, and then an explanation of the tasks. And then I'll be talking to you in our virtual classroom sessions commencing tomorrow. Good on you guys, thanks. Okay, I just wanted to wrap up this presentation by confirming you all have access to our Hale21 SharePoint site. Caversham, I'm reactivating your passwords from last term. Your folder has been restored and your names are all there. You will notice, everybody, an additional folder at the bottom of the list of links on the left-hand side of the SharePoint page, which is the Collaborative Research Notebook. All of the research that you do on the engineers, whether they be one of the engineers that I've suggested or your own engineer that you want to research, that information presented in any manner you wish, whether it be, and I'm asking, pleading for video and mind maps and really creative ways to give me some information, colourful information, guys, anecdotes, and something that really shows us how this person thought. What were their greatest achievements? Let's not really focus too much on date of birth, date of death, what school they went to. You know, tell me something that brings this engineer to life. And you know, that's when you've got to dig deeper into some reference sites. And I'm really looking forward to how you present that information. You will also notice your OneNote folders have all been recreated, and you will have there the project work for the rest of your work that you can put in there. So from the bare bones of science, I'll be calling it the Engineering Challenge Project, will be the new tabs in your OneNote folders. All good. You have my email. Contact me anytime, and I really look forward to us working together over the next 2 to 3 weeks, and we will have some additional sessions, probably after school or even in the evening, where you can all come in and talk to each other about how things are going. And I'm talking to your teachers about setting those up now as well. So we'll have a couple of evenings where you can come in, meet the kids from the other schools, and just see how you're going with your research. Have you got any ideas that you want to share, or problems that you need to help solve, which is what engineering is all about, solving problems with your constructions. And of course, or you just want to show off how tall your tower is, or how successful you've been in any of the other options that you've got. Okay, good work. Thanks, guys.